What's up, guys? This is another 30-day challenge. Robbie here. Welcome back to my channel. So for the last 30 days, I challenged myself again. What was that challenge, you ask? The goal was to cycle every day for 30 days to challenge myself mentally and physically. Now, I love to challenge myself mentally and physically because the more I accomplish these mental and physical challenges, the more accountable I am, the more progress I make, and the better I feel about myself.
Wait. When I'm on this bike, I used the machine for this challenge.
So anyways, for this challenge, I used this bike right here. And I'll put a link for you at the bottom in case you're interested in this bike. This is ProForm. It comes with its own program called iFit. In case you don't want to do only cycling, it does mixture of cycling classes with weight training classes, but that's besides the point. This is the bike I use, ProForm. It's a really good mark. I really enjoyed using this one. Alright, so let me break down the rules of this challenge. Rule number 1, never skip a day. I broke that rule. I'll explain that more in a little bit. So rule number 2 is that I must complete 2 hours of cycling every single day. Now for this specific rule, I did not track miles. I went by hours. And the reason I chose to go towards time limit versus miles is that typically the more you cycle, the easier it gets, the more distance you can cover in a shorter amount of time, which means I would roughly be doing less and less time throughout the month, but I would roughly be doing less time because it would get easier for me to cover those same miles. So the way I split that time up was once in the morning and once in the night for 1 hour each ride. Now for the third rule, I tracked everything. So that means weight, body composition, I tracked my body fat, my weight, and I took pictures to show the progress. Now for rule number 4, I chose to use this machine and this machine only versus going back and forth with the actual bike and this machine to keep everything consistent. And that's also because cycling outside on a real bike is a lot different than cycling on a machine. Roughly the amount of distance you can cover versus the difficulty, all these factors change a little bit between going outside and being on this machine. Not to mention that when I was cycling, it was really early in the morning or really late in the night, and I'm not gonna lie to you, cycling outdoors during really early hours and really late nights is a little bit chilly. Also, I'm not gonna lie to you, due to my ADHD, I get rather bored of cycling outdoors for more than about 10 or 15 minutes. So for me, it's a lot easier to just watch TV or watch some YouTube videos, learn something while I'm cycling indoors. And if you're low on TV time, it gives you a chance to catch up on your shows. So win-win. Also, because I'm familiar with cycling, I chose to buy padded shorts. Because if there's one thing you have to know before starting a cycling challenge is that sitting on one of these chairs for more than 30 minutes hurts like hell. So for me, during the beginning of this challenge is when things were most difficult. That's when I experienced the most soreness in my leg. During the middle is when things got a little easier for me soreness wise. My body started to adapt and it was easier to complete the 2 hours versus during the beginning of the challenge. However, this is also when the motivation to do this started to dial down. So one of the things I personally did to push through that barrier was to use a lot of self-motivation videos, a lot of self-motivation talks, and to really push yourself past your own limits to places you never thought you could reach. Now, one of the variables that changed for me during this challenge was my eating habits. I'm not gonna lie to you, my eating habits were not consistent throughout this entire period, and that's because I had family parties, get-togethers, went out drinking a few times, and as you can imagine, I was not able to keep 100% consistency with my eating habits for that month. Now for the results, I will be showing you the changes in weight and body right here, right now. I started at about 154.2 pounds and ended at about 147. And for body fat, I started at about 12.3 and ended about 11.5. Now, as you can see, I dropped a dramatic amount of weight. However, you will notice that there's a few days off between the actual full 30 days. And the reason for that is, like I mentioned, I was not able to keep 100% consistency due to the family gatherings and going out. So there's a few days off between these full 30 days of this challenge. I was not able to stick to it fully every single day. But as you can see, you still get results. And here are the visual results. I also did about 60 hours worth of cycling in just 1 month. That's insane. Now, essentially, even though my eating habits were not 100% consistent throughout this entire time, what this experiment will show you is that as long as you're exercising consistently for this long, you can still yield dramatic results. And that's the main reason I decided to create this video. This video and this challenge was mainly done to motivate and inspire other people who are having difficulty with their fitness challenges, or they're struggling to lose weight and struggling to keep their motivation due to lack of results. Basically, it shows you that it's possible to create these results as long as you put time and consistency into it. Now, the other takeaway from this message is that these challenges, if you were to do them yourself as well, really help motivate you. They help build you up. And often you find that the more you do these challenges, obviously you want to start off something smaller, less than 30 days or just 30 days in general, as long as it takes. But by doing these challenges, often you find yourself more consistent, getting better results than ever, and wanting to do even more of these challenges. Anyways, I really enjoyed this challenge. Cycling is easily indoor cycling is easily my favorite form of cardio. Like I mentioned, you can watch TV and do your cardio at the same time. Why not? Anyways, I hope this video helped motivate you. I hope you took something out of this video. Like always, feel free to suggest any fitness related challenges for me to accomplish in the future. I will take them into consideration and probably do it anyways. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, I'll put all my links at the bottom for all the social medias that I have. And like I mentioned, I'll put a link at the bottom for this bike if you're interested in it. If not, it's cool. But anyways, see you again soon.